Hey everyone, welcome to episode 25 of Tuesday Tips. Today's going to be something very helpful tip about, or kind of theory about last four edges on big cubes. Too lazy to do this on 7x7, but it's valid for all three big cubes. Probably the least valid for 5x5 and probably more valid as you work your way up. Although I found it to be most helpful on 6x6, but I think that's probably because I've applied it so heavily to 6x6 and haven't practiced it as much on 7x7. And I'm pretty sure it's just as applicable on 7x7. So the tip in question here is doing cycles for your last four edges. So what do I mean by a cycle? So, So what I mean by a cycle is that, say you have three edges unsolved, and they all are two solved and one piece not solved. So you can solve all three of these edges, this one, and this one, in one cycle. Doing this piece here, and now all three are solved. That's kind of what I mean by a cycle. I'm sure if you're in the advanced group that's actually like following along with this, you sure you know what that means. So I'm not going to go too far into it. But the key part about cycles is that you're solving at minimum two things at once. So the thing is, so in the first part of the cycle, you match up what you want, obviously, which would be like this. We can match up these for the first part of the cycle. Okay, so actually, before I go into it, if you're going to do a cycle, you need an edge on the top as long as two in front of you. So start the cycle, you do the cycle here, you match this up, and the key part of the cycle is that you've already solved this, but now you can affect how this edge ends up and this edge ends up. So we see here that, oh, we have this red and yellow here, so we can look for an edge. We can put this edge in like that. We have that red and yellow now. Or we can see, oh, we have this blue, green, and orange, red and green here. So we can put a red and green in here, and we make this 2x1 here. Really, though, the decision's up to you. The key is that the key is that we solved this edge, and we are now improving the next edge as well. While in the more rudimentary I'll set it up again. In the more rudimentary slice, flip, slice thing, let's say we want to solve this red and yellow with slice, flip, slice. We do slice, flip, slice. And while that we got lucky and this kind of helped out, it's very equally likely that this edge that was also affected, nothing really came of it. It's no better. It could even be worse to solve than it was before. While if we do cycles, we can always affect it to make sure it's better. So I definitely recommend, in terms of last four edges, I would recommend definitely doing cycles over slice, flip, slice is definitely second to cycles. However, if if you immediately see something where it's the middle case, this is so fast that I would still recommend doing this, as it wastes almost no time. Similarly, on 6x6 and 7x7, you can do the same thing, although it gets much trickier, and definitely a video kind of for the super advanced method. I'll kind of show you an example though. This is a randomly generated last four edge case. We have this red and white right here, which can be sliced into this red and white. Now if we just slice, flip, slice to solve this, it'd be okay. We'd solve it, be pretty nice to the first edge, but we lost these two red and greens that were already matched up. Instead, if we do slice, or if we do a cycle, we can influence it to put this red and green with this red and green. And now this this edge is one. Now this is also, so this is getting more, you can do another cycle, influence it, and now we made the last two edges nice. Like that was a really nice last four edges. But kind of the more specific details about last four edges on 6x6 with cycles are definitely something you don't need to know until you're about a minute 45, minute 40. As this is something I picked up after I was already averaging under 140. But definitely thinking about cycles and using cycles is definitely the superior method and something you should be doing. Just because I didn't do it on 7x7 doesn't mean it doesn't work. It works just as well. I'm just bad at it. Definitely something I need to work on in the coming weeks before Worlds. Although I guess this video will probably come out around Worlds. Recorded these way in advance because I'm going to be gone so much. But yeah.